between Liz and Felicia. I mean, how can you not be able to tell by what they're talking about? Now, just sorry.
Or even by the sound of their voice.
Well, yeah, by the sound of their voice.
There are some points where we sound and actually, when I was listening back on some shows, there are points where we do sound very familiar, and you can't tell the difference, especially when the sound isn't that great. If we're in the background talking, there is some points where unless you can clearly hear me directing a show, or you can hear me hosting a show, and if Felicia's next to me, which she is usually all the time, there are some points where you can't tell the difference. And actually, we sound very similar, especially in background noise. So I can see that, but when we brought in and we paid attention to the mics, now you can very distinctly tell the difference between Felicia and I. But even then, she knew that, and she continued on with her rant. But continue with the DDoSing. What is DDoSing?
No.
Where Dumpster got her information was from a character named Sick the Tank. And he tried to get her to believe that he could knock anyone off the internet whenever he chose.
Really?
Like, let's say somebody was having... No, this is important to understand. That if someone was having a problem with Blog Talk Radio or Spreaker, maybe it was just their internet, he would try to make her believe that I heard an echo.
Nope, nope, that might have been you, but you're fine. We switched the mics up now. You're good.
Okay. He was trying to get her to believe that he had the power to knock people off the network. And so now she believes that anyone that can, quote, DDoS will knock her off the network, and that this is a conspiracy against her. Now, DDoSing, I think, is quite a bit different than what she believes it to be. I am not a computer nerd, but it does have to do with packets and sending things over the packet to, say, an address that you can find on Skype, for instance,
sure.
An IP address. So that's why a lot of people will try to hide their IP address through firewalls or proxies. Lots of different ways to hide that.
Right.
But where she got the information from was someone that was playing with her head.
Well, I'm gonna.
That's no fault of her own.
Right. And where I guess, and without giving away too many secrets, our connection is based off a bunch of bouncing. I don't know how Brady would know how it's put.
Right.
So our IP address is actually bounced off 3 different other IP addresses, which isn't our actual IP address most of the time. So, and it depends on where we're actually broadcasting from, because we'll broadcast from different locations. So I don't know how much luck they would have with that, because they're literally trying to bounce off an IP address that isn't, 3 times over, because we have an IP that bounces off an IP that bounces off an IP and it actually is to make the internet strength that we have stronger. It doesn't actually do with trying to hide our location, but they'd have a hell of a time trying to, I guess if that were to make, and I feel like a lot of people do that now, and only to make the internet strength stronger.
And more secure. So, and it's not anything, we don't feel like we have to protect ourselves. I mean, they can try to, but the initial router that they would try to overload, if that were happening to us, the initial router that they're trying to overload, they'd have a hell of a time, because our original internet base isn't based off that. It bounces to another IP, which would make it stronger, bounces to another IP, and it literally chains off. And the only reason why I know that is because our internet people explain that to us.
You don't have to.
Yeah, what she's talking about...
What she believed to be true was not true, because this guy named Sick the Tank, his other name was Professor, or was it Commander Cumslinger. This guy messed with her head. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Well, and the reason why we actually...
And honestly, she didn't deserve that.
Did you just say Commander Cumslinger?
And the
yes,
reason...
that's what I said.
And the reason why we have that...
It has no real value.
No, awkwardly enough, the reason why we have that, because we have kids and we have gaming stations, and, we have a lot of space to spread internet through, and so we have to have, various routers throughout the location to,
Yeah, we have to have various routers to like spread the internet through. So naturally, in order to overpower our initial router, which is the one like distributing the power throughout. You mean you'd have to? I mean, you have a hell of a battle in front of you. What he's talking about is stuff from like the early 2000s, where you had one router and even a dial-up, and then you can overslam that with information. So I don't. I mean, late 90s, early 2000s, to where that technology now is. I mean, you don't even have to. You can go to internet service and like protect yourself from all that. So what she's talking about,
right?
And whether she makes. I mean, there are not unstupid people in this world. I'm not saying anyone's stupid or anyone's incapable of doing it. I'm just saying you would have a hell of a battle, and you would literally have to have nothing else to do in order to do that, because I mean it's quite the fucking challenge to do that kind of stuff. But
I mean, think the name Commander Cumslinger. I mean, come on, that says it all.
But political. Why would you think that she would come into my chat room after thinking she was being DDoS in hers or on her show and start slamming digs at me? What do you think What do you think the basis of that is?
Just keep on saying Commander Cumslinger.
Well, as I stated before, this is not a normal person, and I'm trying to be kind here. I really am. And I've had these discussions before privately.
Right.
You have to experience this for yourself to really understand what I'm talking about.
Well,
and this person has problems with boundaries, for example.
Well, I did get a phone call that evening that said that it was like a warning shot, and I can't really tell you who it's from. I couldn't tell you who it's from.
That's fine.
Yeah, and no, especially on the air, I don't know who it's from. But I got a phone call going, look, you don't know who you're messing with, and podcaster be warned. They're like she knows, she has people that can find out things about you. And she has people that can do this, and if she fell on the fence, because she went crazy, she literally went crazy. And she goes, she has people, and I go, I mean, she might have people. I was like, but I have a Gomez. I go, and that caller that called in, like, I know what that person looked like within 15 minutes because I put Gomez on the job. And that's the difference between a 28-year-old going and doing stuff like that. I go, when people, that's the thing. Like, this is the age of information, and it is not hard to do that kind of stuff. And it's not that I have Gomez is very smart, but she doesn't need to be highly intelligent to figure out who is who. All you got to do is give me some clue words. I go, Gomez, look up this and this and this and this, and Gomez is on the job, and I can get who you are in the location without her pinging you or without her using your IP address in 15 minutes. And I told this person this, and I go, I'm not afraid. And I go, first of all, I don't have anything to be afraid of. I go, I didn't do, okay, bring it back even to nothing to be afraid. I didn't do anything to anyone.
That's just like, literally.
I go, and secondly, I go, you're this fear-mongering that's, like, going on. Like, I'm not afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want to bring it up, you can bring it up. And if you want to come face-to-face with me, like, yeah, sure. And I'm a very nice person. Like, let's talk about this. Let's be logical about this.
Right.
And, in this, like, I literally got, like, this, like, listener be warned, podcaster be warned. I go, like, and you had people in my chat rooms that night going, Liz, this might be your last day on earth. I'm like, try me. I'm like, don't. I'm not afraid of anyone.
She's in the chat room right now. She's like, this is going to be fun watching these people find out about BTG. There's nothing I
Who's BTG? Okay, hold on. Who is BTG?
That's me.
Okay.
That was a character that I used to inhabit.
What does it stand for?
And Debbie, you are in the chat rooms and I'm glad you're listening, because I am so fucking mind blown on what's going on right now. Last time I figured out, like, everything was fine, and shit just, I don't know what I don't even fucking know what happened. All I knew is that I was this hated fucking person and all this kind of stuff. So I'm glad you're fucking listening right now. I'm glad you're in there. But, no, you're right. I don't know about BT. I don't know about shit, and I'm the fucking asshole in this whole fucking thing for some strange fucking reason.
You know what?
What is political? What is BTG? Is there an acronym, or is it uncomfortable for you to talk about it?
Bathtub Girl.
Okay.
You can hear me.
Bathtub Girl.
Oh, Bathtub Girl, yeah.
A podcasting name that I used to use at one point.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a chronic disease called lupus, and I would take a lot of baths.
I know actually quite a bit about lupus. I don't have lupus, but I have a friend that does.
Systematic lupus erythematosus.
I'm a doctor.
It runs in my family.
Yeah, and it's a genetic disease, yeah. I know about, and that's actually probably the worst suffering that probably anyone can go through.
I named Debbie.
That and Crohn's.
I couldn't hear.
No, lupus is probably one of the worst suffering genetic diseases I think I've ever seen in my life. And like my friend, I used to literally like sit there and just like, is there anything I can do? And I felt so bad because I was so curious about it because there was nothing I'd ever seen. And like without getting into too much detail, like with symptoms and stuff going through, I'm sitting there going, what is this? Like, what is going on? And I felt so bad, but it literally, lupus is something I had never seen, and I'm like, whoa, like, this is crazy. This is a very frustrating, and that's insane. And I asked her, I go, do you concoct this? And she's like, no, it's genetic. And you're serious? Like, that is crazy. Like, why isn't there like lupus awareness? And there is lupus awareness, there is very much. But that is like, I saw this girl's like hand bubble up into a blister, and I'm sitting there like her whole hand, and I was like, what can? She's like, nothing. There's nothing you can do for this. Like, this happens.
The skin.
Yeah, and I'm like, whoa, like that is crazy. Like, and I'm just like,
hence the bath.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm like, is there anything I can do for you? And she goes, no, like this is happening, and I just, without, all things aside.
Oh, be careful, she says you don't know who you're talking to.
I don't know who she's referring to.
She's referring to me.
Are you a nutcase?
She also tells people now that I'm a CIA operative.
Are you the cops?
Well, I'd rather, if you were
Stephen me.
Well,
bad boys.
I mean, if you're a CIA operative, I'd rather you be on my side than anyone's, I suppose.
Are you the cops?
Always keep the craziest ones closer.
I had somebody tell me in the Target parking lot they were the king of the FBI. It's very weird.
They're the king of the FBI?
He was on a lot of drugs, I figure. I don't know the guy. He was the king of the FBI. He was rapping through the Target parking lot. But no, and so, okay. Okay. Now we have Debbie Daly listening. What happened? What happened, political? I don't know who you are, and we're not going to mention on the air your name and all that kind of stuff out of respect for everyone.
Don't forget, she'll always say that I'm lying.
Debbie.
She's lying.
Debbie.
She's lying.
Okay. Debbie, you're back in here. Debbie, call in.
Oh God, I'm not talking to her because I don't stoop that low.
Okay. Well, but I don't know why she's.
Points if I hear her voice.
Debbie. You gotta remember, and she's in my chat rooms right now, and she's talking to my chat rooms. Debbie,
she's a fucking troll.
What happened, Debbie?
Actually,
what happened, Debbie? Troll. We were on a truce and an even like. What did I fucking do? I'm not gonna lie. Here we go. Here we go indeed.
She'll twist your truth.
What did I do? But whatever. So we're not gonna talk about that. We'll let Debbie talk in the chat rooms because she won't call in. But. And I almost kind of want to step away from her, but I can't.
Let's get them on the same
I'm still hooked. I'm like, what happened?
Okay, listen to me for a moment here. Just listen to me.
Okay.
This has been going on between her and I for 5 years. The woman won't let it go.
Okay, what was the initial spark of this?
So far, now listen to this.
I'm calling Debbie.
She's gone so far to call Dr. Phil. I got a call from the producer of Dr. Phil. Her name's Zoe. Zoe won't talk to her now. She'll say differently, but Zoe won't talk to her. I got a call. Hi, this is Zoe. I'm from the Dr. Phil show. And I knew it had to do with that dumpster. I knew it had to do with that dumpster.
What were you thinking?
Jeff, shut up. I'm listening.
It's crazy. It's just crazy. I co-hosted a show with Dumpster
were you guys,
way back when.
Well, and you guys were friends at one point, right?
I don't think she really knows how to be a real friend to a woman. I don't think she knows how.
Well, okay. And I want to, okay, based off of our interactions, I would normally say okay, except for literally my interaction with her off the air was very kosher. Like it was very normal. Like and it was very, it was nothing.
In the beginning.
No, and actually the only